Boy, that Black Cranston, I'm sure hoping he comes back.
Oh, yeah.
So just for some background here, we were all...
Oh, yeah. So
we were all hyped, and we filmed a review for Chapter 2 of Book of Boba Fett.
this is actually take 2 now, because it was
Yeah.
it was last week sometime we tried to film.
Yeah, we filmed it. We were really happy with it. And then we checked the audio, and we had the lavalier mics, like, first time trying to use them, we were, like, up near our throats, so everything's...
Under easy sail, the Ivory Pit. What a boring book. You know what's a more exciting book? The Book of Boba Fett.
Alright, so the Book of Boba Fett, Chapter 2. It actually was pretty good, and I thought... So it's pretty much what I said was going to happen. He goes, and he becomes a one with the Tuscans, and they teach them their ways, and then there's like a train that comes through, and it's like, oh, we got to get rid of this train, so... That was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool action scene.
Yeah, I'd say it's as good as some of the better episodes of Season 2 of Mando, so that was cool. This is how Star Wars should be.
Yeah, it was fun. There was more of an adventure, and, well, there was a lot of adventure.
It was really cool. It was a fun ride. Like a panza.
Oh, God.
Well, he shows up, he starts doing his rounds as the new daimyo. This is after he got his ass handed to him by those ninjas in the first episode. So the ninjas, the one surviving ninja, he's interrogating them.
Oh, that's right.
And they tell him, like, tell us who sent you. And he's like, hey, go screw yourself. Because
the voodoo.
Yeah. Hey, shoota! And then they're like, fine. You won't tell us. Maybe you'll tell the Rancor. And they drop him into Jabba's old Rancor pit, which is empty.
Of course, if you've seen Episode 6, you know that Luke kills the Rancor.
Mm-hmm. No, he doesn't.
He definitely kills
Adore
him.
does.
You're not wrong. Just like Han Solo accidentally hits Boba into the pit. Boba Fett, where? Oh, there you go.
That's the scream he does when he falls. Assassin basically says, the mayor sent me. And so they're like,
oh, yeah.
Well, fine, we'll go talk to the mayor. They get to the mayor, and they're like, hey, mayor, why'd you send an assassin?
Why'd you send these ninjas?
And he's like, I didn't send the ninjas. Go to the bar you went to earlier, and you'll find out what happens. Then the Hutt twins show up, which are disgusting.
Why did they have to go to the bar to find out? I think the mayor was just stalling.
Probably.
They're called the Night Wind or something. Or the Grey Wind, I don't know. And then they disappear. And, yeah, then the Hutt twins show up. And they're like, oh, well, this is actually our territory. And then Boba, which he keeps having to say over and over again, I'm Boba Fett. And they're like, yeah, we know who you are. Why do you keep... It's like, if you have to keep announcing that I'm the boss now, then you're not the boss. Clearly. So, which we'll get to later, but... And then, Black Chrysanthemum shows up.
Black
which,
Chrysanthemum.
for some reason, I couldn't figure out how to say last time.
It was so funny, and now
flashbacks.
yeah. So Black Cranston.
Yeah. So Black Chrysanthemum shows up and kind of...
Oh, no, he's Black Cranston forever.
Okay.
Yeah,
he kind of comes in.
And he's the coolest freaking character ever.
Pretty badass looking. Comes in, and I guess he came into the comics in 2015. So he's a relatively new character in the Disney era. Does some stuff with Boba, I guess, but although it's not really shown if they have a connection or not yet. Like if they used to work together, but I guess Black Chrysanthemum had a huge fight with Obi-Wan, which would have been way back. Because this takes place, the present timeline takes place 5 years after Return of the Jedi, so it would have been a couple years back. Or who knows, even during like the dark times, like the 19-year gap between 3 and 4. I'm not really sure. I haven't looked, but... So he's got that horrendous scar on his face. And it's from Obi-Wan Kenobi. So yeah, that's some nerd stuff that everyone on YouTube already told you about.
But yeah, he was super cool. They got like animatronics controlling the eyebrows and stuff.
Yeah.
It's
There's definitely a guy in a costume.
really cool costume.
Then the animatronics.
Super cool. Yeah, so they're shooting the Tuscans out of this train speeder thing and kills a bunch of them. And during their funeral, he looks back and he sees a literal motorcycle gang.
Oh yeah, they brought the swoop gangs in from
the swoop gang.
like Shadows of the Empire and stuff. We were running around, and that was a fun game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad they're bringing in stuff from like the Legends and the extended universe and stuff. So that, yeah, they bring them in, the swoop gangs, and then they actually give them cuts.
Yeah, they actually have like motorcycle vests. So Boba goes and hunts them down, beats the hell out of them, steals their bikes, brings them back. Cue a montage of him teaching the Tuscans how to ride the bikes, and they go and attack the train, take the train out, and
yeah, the brawl at Tosche Station.
Yep.
Which that is Tosche Station. Yeah, that was the big reveal in this episode was, oh, okay, you know, if you look back at the deleted scenes from episode 4, you've got Luke at the beginning, it was like alternate scenes and stuff, and so he goes and visits his friends, and they're all hanging out at Tosche Station, and I guess they're still there! His friend, I can't remember their names, but that's definitely supposed to be them.
Imagine like
they're just getting their
them
chips
watching
stolen from these swoop gang guys.
They're just sitting there, they're watching, you know, Luke Skywalker kicking ass across the galaxy, and they're just, you know, that could have been somebody.
Luke becomes a legend, a galactic hero, and then you have these guys just.
I knew him.
We're hanging around Tosche Station.
He was my friend in high school.
They're still hanging around Friday nights, getting drunk like they're in high school.
Shooting them random texts like, "Hey, you mind giving me a shout out on something sometime? I'm trying to get this podcast going."
Then you get the swoop gang comes up, just takes his chips right out of the bowl or whatever it was.
Drinks his whole drink.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that too. And then the guy comes up.
I'm gonna do something.
This isn't right. And then that's when Boba shows up, look like a badass, so we get the whole brawl at Tosche Station.
Oh yeah,
and that was great. That was probably my favorite part.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess even the train too. This episode, it's like the show finally got on the correct rails. And then we cut. So episode 1 became more of like a really long prologue.
Really long prologue, yeah. This is kind of where the show took off. Honestly, if the show had started with this episode, it would have been fine.
You could have started here and just had flashbacks to him.
But yeah, so they take out the train and they basically find out it's run by the Pike Syndicate, and they're like, you know, hey, you gotta pay us now.
Yeah, the Pikes are brought in. They were Clone Wars menaces, and then they're actually in Solo as well.
So yeah, you gotta pay us to cross the sands. You gotta pay us protection, which was cool. Sends them on their way, and then they're like, you did good. I offer you a gift, the Tuscans to Boba, and they give him drugs. In the form of a psychedelic drug lizard.
Yeah,
he jumps up his nose. And
so this episode
goes on a spirit walk, which, in case they weren't driving home, that the Tuscans are supposed to be Native Americans. Now they
are now. If they never were before, they are now. But you have they also bring in the spice too.
Yes.
So there's the spice is on the train. The spice is basically it's like in Dune, which is a
In case you didn't know that Star Wars was definitely inspired by Dune,
inspired by, or the best bits taken out, whatever. It's even called the Dune Sea.
Yeah.
Because you have sand dunes, and then there's the spice, which is it runs a lot of. It's the same thing like in the Dune universe. It runs commerce. It's a big part of the economy.
Yeah, drug trade and
everything. And yeah, I think even the one Tuscan leader blows spice on him too. I think it's
and then the lizard jumps up his nose and I'm sorry.
Yeah, so
I swallowed it.
Yeah, so basically in this one, Boba trains a bunch of Tuscans, goes to Tosche Station, beats a bunch of people, and then gets high.
Yeah, they give him freaking lizard space peyote. Goes up his nose and he goes on a spirit walk
which
was a really cool scene. Yeah,
that was really really cool.
I gotta say, I've seen like the psychedelic trip, like spirit walk stuff done in other movies. This is one of the coolest ways they've done it.
Oh, Young Guns.
Young Guns, yeah.
No, I didn't see that one.
That's what I was saying. Wanted Dead or Alive. That's a song that plays during it.
Oh.
But yeah, they go on a big spirit walk in that, and it's funny. It's goofy. This one was actually cool, and there was lightning, and the Dune Sea became water.
Yeah, apparently it was all ocean at one point, which is kind of interesting.
And
Have,
he goes
like,
up,
throw some ancient history in there for Tatooine.
Yeah, they find a tree, or he finds a tree and gets the tree turns into the Sarlacc with a bunch of Jawas in it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
Which was creepy.
Super
That
creepy.
was genuinely creepy.
And he snaps off a stick off this tree and brings it back, and they take the lizard back out of his face, and then they're like, all right, now we're gonna dress you like one of us, and it was actually a really cool scene.
Oh yeah, and
they
build
dress
the
they dress him up as a
build his gaffy stick.
his gaffy stick, yeah. So it was neat. He becomes one of them that ends with a cool dance scene at the end,
Oh, yeah,
which
yeah.
we definitely don't have footage of us trying to replicate from the first episode. Not at all.
We can't go dun.
Yeah, wasn't that fun?
We
We tried. I didn't really get like a zoom.
especially since it's going to be.
Yeah, if we said anything cool in the other review that I can't remember, we'll just play it.
We'll play it, put it subtitles or something.
Subtitles up there because that was like last week, and yeah, this has been a wild ride. I have no idea where it's going, which is a good thing.
Even after seeing the third chapter, which
Even-
we're going to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, we did see the one
next
after this as
episode.
well. Spoilers, but so we kind of know where that stuff builds up to. But no, this was good.
I loved it. I honestly loved it. I was super hyped about it after I finished watching
It's my
it.
favorite episode so far. I'm trying to. Oh yeah. So, right, he makes his gaffy stick,
Yeah.
and Jon Favreau, I looked it up, did write all of this season, and he may have co-written one episode with somebody, but he did write this whole episode, or I'm sorry, this whole season, just like he did for most of the Mandalorian too and whatnot. And so, if you remember, like, going into Jon Favreau's films, like in Iron Man, when he's taking on the new identity, or when a character is developing into what it's gonna become, he's building the Iron Man suit. You know, I'm gonna become Iron Man now.
Yeah,
Go on my hero's journey.
You were saying that a bunch when we were
Yeah.
talking about it before.
Yeah, like and the Mando too. He gets the Beskar, and now he's
Yeah, he's got the
taking
Beskar
on.
armor.
He's gonna be the protector of Grogu, and it's like a visual.
And even in that show, how many times do they have a montage where they're fixing the Razor Crest?
Oh yeah, but that's awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I love it when your ship gets, shot down. Now you gotta. What do you do now?
They have the cool
Now you gotta
montage.
I have spoken. He dies. But anyway, so then you have Boba building this and becoming part of the Tusken Raider
Part of the
clan,
tribe, yeah.
part of the tribe, I guess, yeah, and it's taking on that new identity because, not unlike those other, like a Marvel movie, really, he loses everything that he has. So he loses his armor, he loses his old identity, he's not a bounty hunter anymore, and now he's becoming this, I guess, peace-loving guy.
Becoming a good guy.
Yeah, like, he's not going to be a bounty hunter anymore, like, he's found a family, I guess.
He found a calling.
Because even when you look at him in Clone Wars and stuff, he's just an angry kid the whole time. Chip on his shoulder and all that, and then he's hanging around with some of the worst bounty hunters and stuff, that's all cool. So if you know all of that, and you see all of that, and you come up to this point, you see his transformation, and a lot of people are kind of like, well, where's Boba Fett? We did not expect this at all. And I'm kind of there too, but I also get it.
I'm totally cool with it because they fleshed out the character, and that's
Yeah.
the thing. Everybody, where's Boba Fett? He was never like you saw him for episode 5 and episode 6, and all he did was stand around and look cool.
Well,
He never did anything, and he flirted with the one zebra-looking chick or whatever.
Yeah, it was always the extended universe stuff that
Yeah.
he comic books and the books and novels and whatnot. But
And he's still a badass. He's just a different
yeah,
kind of badass.
it's what I was saying before. The mystique is gone. Well, that was already done way back in episode 2 when he's the kid and he's the ground. He's the first clone and. They all look like him. It's that huge backstory. So all that mystique was already taken away anyway. So, but yeah, this show is a wild ride, though. I have no idea where it's going, and it's not. So it's original. It's not. it's, I guess some of it's predictable, but it's like predictable maybe in a good way, though.
Yeah, but it's not a detriment.
I know that sounds like contradiction. I don't know where it's going, but I know where it's going. Like, I guess in a scene by scene basis, you can kind of see where it's going.
We're not sure where it's going in the long run.
I have no idea
But
where it's going to end up.
But the short little things, the payoffs, you can usually call what it's going to be.
Yeah.
But it's not a detriment to it. It's like it's all good. It's good.
It's good. Oh, and the music is insane.
Oh, the music's amazing.
It's a little off-putting in episode 1, but then by the time you get to the second episode, you're all into it. I can't stop listening to it, actually. Ha! You want to wrap this one up, then? You ready to wrap it up? Should we try the firewall? Oh, well, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to the Gark House if you enjoyed this video. Check out our other videos. Also, check out our other channel, Gark House Productions. We do a lot of cool things over there. We got a general, a 40s reporter. They go and they hunt monsters and stuff. Please check it out. It's worth your time.
And if you hate us, tell us to go sit on a gaffy stick in the comments.